What's up, everyone? Welcome back for the last game of the T5S2 Invitational Semifinals. Today, we are going to determine the last player to make it to the Grand Finals tomorrow to face Fushini and his indomitable Iron Hands. We have two players who have been absolutely playing their hearts out today. Over here in the red, we have Devin Swann, aka Error, playing the Beep Boop Robot Boys, the Adeptus Mechanicus, versus, in the blue on the other side, the Adeptus Sororitas, a bunch of different colored robot ladies, run by AshC, aka Rentar. This is going to be a wild game, everyone. We have the big boogeyman of the season, Adeptus Mechanicus, who have not only been tearing things up in the pods in Season 2, we've seen a lot of really powerful Adeptus Mechanicus lists making their appearance, and with the release of their new codex, they've really been a terrifying player in the metagame so far. We're going to see whether or not they can stand up to the power of this new Adeptus Sororitas that we've been seeing do so well in the Invitational thus far, piloted not only by Ash, but also AshC and Dutes, who all took them to a pretty good showing. But obviously, Devin has been smashing his opponents with no remorse with these Adeptus Mechanicus, so we're going to see whose robots are better. The big Chicken Walker laser guns or the little whippy flail ladies? I don't know. These ones are weirder looking. I'm going to be honest, chat. Oh, we bounced around. The players are just getting ready to get started deploying. There is a prediction up right now, chat. There's a couple minutes left on it, so get those channel points in there. And we can talk about some lists as they're getting started. Are they started to place their stuff down?
Sisters of Battle doing the exact same thing. Oh, and the shadows are really making me feel trippy.
Can I get you to start the clock if you're deploying?
Oh, yes.
All right. There we go.
That button? Oh, that's me. That's you.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. We have players ready to go. And let's talk about some lists, chat. These lists are zany wildness. At least we have a very non-standard list coming out of AshC today. But let's talk about Devin's list, maybe a little bit more meta from this Adeptus Mechanicus archetype. All ready to get upgraded to some veteran Skitarii here, as we've been spoiled earlier today. But let's talk about Devin's Adeptus Mechanicus. Exclamation point lists in the chat, everybody, if you want to follow along with me. Also, exclamation point Invitational gets you all the information for the Invitational. You can find all of the lists that were played throughout the group and the elimination stage, and the players' brackets so far as they've fought their way to the top 4 of the season. We have, over here in Devin's list, a battalion detachment coming out of Lucius. This is a Lucius and Martian detachment, so pretty standard stuff. Bringing a Skitarii Marshal with Exemplar's Eternity and Programmed Retreat to allow something to fall back within 6 inches of him. We have a Tech Priest Manipulus with the Solar Flare, as well as Luminescent Blessings to give that transhuman style effect to a core unit nearby. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 units of Skitarii, 3 units of 20 Rangers with their galvanic rifles, 1 unit of 20 Vanguard with their radium carbines to make use of that incredible enriched round stratagem. We also have, following up in the back there, X101, who I think has already been placed. There he is. Look at this little guy. He's ready to camp an objective. What a proud boy. Over here we have, secondly, we have an Outrider detachment with a second Skitarii Marshal, 12 Corpuscarii. They're going to be inside this Terrax pattern Termite Drill. We also have 3 units of Iron Strider Ballistarii, 10 Ballistarii in total, 9 with Cognis Las Cannons, 1 of them in the big unit of 4 with a Cognis Autocannon. Last but certainly not least, we do have that Terrax pattern drill to drop those Corpuscarii in. This list obviously absolutely terrifying amount of firepower. It can put out an enormous number of infantry on the table that are all very difficult to kill and can all put out a significant amount of damage at long range. Those galvanic rifles, a big 30-inch range, heavy too, so they do get their 2 shots all the way out to their max distance. And there are several ways to ignore the move and shoot penalty with those heavy weapons. So you're going to be able to fire 40 shots downrange, hitting on 3s and strength 4 with an AP value, potentially AP 2 if you target them with the Manipulous buff. And following that up, we do have these las cannons coming off of the Ballistarii to do immense amounts of damage at super long range. A little bit of counterpunch in the army with the Corpuscarii. They can either come in out of the Terrax drill or sort of play more defensively. As we saw in their games in the group stage, they can do an immense amount of damage, especially with their Fight Last stratagem, to counteract the charging bonus from anything coming in to fight them, allowing them to fight first. They can do a reasonable amount of damage in melee. If they can clear through whatever they're attacking, they keep going, they shoot, they charge again. They keep making things fight last. It's a pretty good unit. That said, is it a good enough unit to chew through all of these penitent engines? Let's talk about AshC's list. And this one is a little funky. It was a little bit of a curveball thrown by AshC that so far has done pretty well for her, obviously getting her to the semifinals of the event. This is a 2-detachment list coming out of Adeptus Sororitas, 1 detachment, Order of the Argent Shroud. It only affects a grand total of 5 models in the detachment. Only 1 unit out of this Argent Shroud detachment actually benefits from the Order keyword, and that is a unit of Retributors with Multi-Meltas, which it looks like have been placed. Yeah. Just chilling behind this wall, ready to go shoot some Iron Striders whenever they pop out of their walls. But the rest of the detachment, bringing 1, 2 units of Mortifiers, 3 Mortifiers apiece, all with their heavy bolters. So grand total of 6 heavy bolters, so 18 strength 5, 2 damage shots coming out of each of those units, plus all of their buzz blades, so a bunch of 2 damage melee attacks as well, with that zealot keyword, with the ability to fight on death. The Mortifiers doing a pretty immense amount of damage in the fight phase. Following that up, we have 3 units of penitent engines, 2 units with 4 with buzz blades, 1 unit of 4 with flails. And the penitent engine's basically just making use of that ability to advance and fire their weapons. And this list really just trying to lean into this Engine of Redemption defensive profile as hard as it can. We are taking a billion 5 wound, toughness 5, 4+ save models with a 5+ damage ignore roll. And we're just going to see if that's enough. And so far it has been. None of AshC's opponents have been able to chew through enough of these models before they were able to get to them to make enough of a difference. And as soon as almost any of these Engines of Redemption get into you, it's almost over. They have enough attacks, they're annoying enough to kill, that they will crush through you. Those penitent engines, like I mentioned, with the ability to advance and charge, have a pretty reasonable threat range. Not to mention the fact that they have those Ministorum heavy flamers, the D6 strength 6 AP 1 shots, very good at cleaning through a lot of toughness 3 infantry, which we are seeing across the table right now. So even when those penitent engines aren't advancing, they are going to be dealing a little bit of damage to enemy infantry units. And Ash has said before in about this list that it's very teched against, especially against armies like Drukhari that are bringing a lot of that lightly armored infantry, because the penitent engines are just impossible to engage into with those big scary flamers. Not to mention the fact that with enough heavy bolters and all of the other, sort of incidental shooting attacks, the multi-meltas, Morven Val's attacks, your character attacks, all of those can clear out enemy dedicated transports, and you can use the flamers inside to kill the models that are in there. So really an aggressive list that wants to mix it up in the middle of the table. We also have a patrol detachment coming out of Valorous Heart to fill out the rest. This has a unit of Crusaders to sit on an objective somewhere and just be really efficient wounds. A 4+ invulnerable save and toughness, just toughness 3, but the 4+ invulnerable save, 3+ armor save. Pretty good for 11 points a model. They're just going to hang out and, just chill. Just chill on an objective. We have Kaiganel and Ephrael Stern in that detachment, as well as Morven Val, Celestine in the other detachment. So all 3 of the incredible Sororitas Smash characters who have been mixing it up all week in these games. They've been doing absolutely momentous amounts of work. To protect them, we have a unit of Celestian Sacrosancts, which will benefit pretty well from that Valorous Heart detachment ability, giving them +1 save against AP 1 and 2 weapons, which means a lot of the smaller, the little small arms coming out of the Scutaria units are going to be, they're going to be a lot more resilient to those. It's also good against like sort of incidental, indirect fire if you see a Manticore or something on the other side of the table. -1 AP on that thing is going to be a pretty big deal. That keeps those Sacrosancts alive for another shot or two, which then also means that your characters remain untargetable for a little bit longer. We do have a Battle Sister Squad in that detachment and a Preacher to buff up the engines, as well as one remaining Mortifier, a single solitary Mortifier upgraded to be an Anchorite, so that she gets a 3+ armor save, which is pretty nice. And that's everything, chat. 19 robots, plus a Morvenval. She's kind of a robot. 20 total vehicles in this army, chat. Is it a great wonder that Devin has elected to take Bring It Down in this matchup? Probably not. I don't think so. But I am excited to see how it does against the Adeptus Mechanicus. One thing that we talked about a little bit with Fucini while he was talking about his thoughts about this matchup and about these lists together is that the Iron Strider Ballistarius profile is one that you typically want to be pointing at those kind of high-value targets, those models where you could potentially one-shot a big Sororitas robot, blow it up, and be netting immense amounts of points every time those Cognis Las Cannons fire. But the awkward part is that their profiles don't match up perfectly. They're Strength 9, which means they only win them on 3s, not 2s, which is, I mean, it's fine. They win basically everything on 3s. But it's also D3 plus 3 damage, which means your average damage for each of those Las Cannon shots is only 5, which is exactly how many wounds they have. But every single one of these Penitent engines, or Engines of Redemption, I should say, has a 5+ damage ignore roll, which means if you roll exactly enough damage to kill one, the chances are it's going to roll out of 1 or 2 of those damage, and you're going to need a second Las Cannon conversion to kill another one, or to kill that one again. So the profile coming off of these Iron Striders isn't great at killing the Engines of Redemption. Not as great as you'd think it would be, for sure. That said, there's not a lot of firepower coming back at those Iron Striders, so you will probably get a couple turns of shooting at them. So it may be that we see a bunch of them get killed, but I have to imagine that we might also just see a very conservative game from both these players. Obviously, priority targets one of the most defensively oriented missions in the packet. The players have the opportunity to move their objectives, and they basically moved all of them. Oh, there's our objective marker over there. They basically moved all of them into relatively defensive positions. Both Objective 1 and Objective 5 have been moved so that there is a little tiny sliver of the objective zone outside of the building here so that they can be held with relative safety, although we may see some oblique lines of fire get drawn around the corners here by those long-range weapons. And the other 2 objectives pushed out into line of sight, but obviously both of these armies with a lot of bodies on the table and a lot of characters that can be screened pretty effectively to be able to hold those objectives in line of sight without being too much in danger. And with that priority target secondary objective, basically just scoring both players 15 points for free. These players aren't really incentivized to push forward too far. Now we are seeing the roll to go first here. Devin with a 1. Ooh, that's not very good. Sororitas with a 4. We are going to see Sororitas going first. And that's kind of been the trend, I think, in the Invitational so far. Adeptus Mechanicus not getting the first turn. I think, at least in all 3 semifinals games now, they have flubbed the first turn.
Around a bit.
So it looks like we're just going to shuffle our Rangers.
Pre-game, Doctrine Imperative, and Cataclysmic Messiah.
There's a fall, dude.
Now that is the question, what to do on turn 1. What to do on turn 1. I feel like these Vanguard are going to get shot a lot by heavy bolters. So I think I take Bulwark Imperative.
Okay.
And as far as the mechanicals go,
Sororitas
isn't
won
really
the
a whole
roll-off
lot
shot.
here that actually interests me right now.
We're doing
You don't do Mortal Wounds at all, do you?
Mechanicus pre-games right now.
Celestine does.
Oh, right, Celestine does. I don't think she's charging chickens on turn 1.
You never know. But sure.
Can she?
No.
Okay, good. You had me worried there for a second. So I don't think I need any of these right now. Advance faster. Yeah. It's actually better for charges later on. I'm not going to take any mechanicals. I'm just going to take the +1 armor save.
Okay.
-3 movement.
Okay.
And I'll pass time to you.
Okay, so Breacher, wall him. Does not go off. Alright, the other one does nothing. Okay.
Now, I almost wonder if Ash, maybe with her very defensive placement here, might have wanted to go second, because that would give her the ability to play very conservatively and try to get that bottom round 5 15-pointer. But it looks like what we're going to be trying to do here, we might move this Anchorite out to just screen out any solar flare positions in this area, and then try to keep those Battle Sisters alive, holding objective 5 for as long as possible. I wonder if, I bet there's a position where Celestine can contest objective 3 in the center and be chained back to the Sacrosants here to be unshootable. As we saw in Ashley Thompson's game in the quarterfinals against Disappointing Salad, one thing that Celestine can do and is very annoying is that she can cover sort of almost the entirety of an objective with her huge 6-inch heroic intervention. And yeah, that's like looks like that's exactly what's happening right here. So we're gonna throw these Gemini Superia up to chain Celestine out to objective 3. That means that if any of these Skitarii move up to grab objective 3, Celestine gets to go in, gets to attack them, start killing them. Then in her turn, she can just pull back, blitz a bunch of the Skitarii to death, and continue to threaten that heroic intervention from a position of unshootability. Looks like she might be a little far back to cover the entirety of the objective. Yeah, it is a 7.5-inch diameter of the objective, so she would have to be wholly within, I think, the area of the objective zone in order to be able to do that. Looks like we'll just pre-move Morven Vol there. Yeah. And Morven can just start plinking away at these Adeptus Mechanicus units out in the front, obviously from a position of safety. We do have the Crusaders in the back of AshC's deployment zone in order to prevent a solar flare into the back line. And we may just see these redemption engines just chillax, just hang out for a bit.
Banner, Celestine drops banners, moving to shooting.
Yep, that's what's going on.
Is it Morven shooting Skittles?
Moment shooting everything at the Skittles.
No, not the Skittles.
So heavy bolters. Reroll. 2s, reroll.
Choose.
3 saves, -1.
So net nothing, so 4s, lose a dude, and then however
And
many
then
missiles kill. 12 shots in the rockets.
Getting that sweet blast out. Get that blast out while you can, Morven Vol. That might go away at some point.
11
Big 11 saves, almost 100% conversion.
Saverinos. That's 6. These will be on they're AP0, right? Just frag missiles?
Yep.
So 2s.
We killed
So I
two
lose
more.
3 guys in total. Rest in peace.
Are they in cover?
No, but I have my +1 Doctrina, and you're a
Oh.
damage 1 weapon against Lucius.
Oh, yes. I forgot about the damage one shit.
Good stuff.
Okay.
2+ saves be good, chat.
And then you got morale.
I just went to their leadership 8, so I fail on a 6. Oh, of course I do.
Oh,
So
no!
I lose 1, and that's going to be 16.
Fails the morale check. 2 more run.
So it's
Okay.
3.
That wasn't the end of the world, but we do knock a quarter of that unit's strength out
Any
immediately
of them matter? No.
with the shooting and that
Awesome.
and that morale check. Ooh, that's well, that's a little bit more than you wanted to lose, for sure.
Priority, I mean, we all know where the priority targets are, but that's not.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So Ash, playing very conservatively here, taking priority target, stranglehold, and raise the banners. We have banners on all 3 objectives, objective 3, 4, and 5. Celestine wasn't doing anything else anyway, so she might as well plant a banner there, just in case we don't have the opportunity to get onto objective 3 and she's able to score an extra point from that.
Because you've zoned me. And can I get into these rats? Probably not.
Nope.
Can I get into any of this stuff? Probably not. Can I get into anything? No.
Yeah, so I think the only possible... we might have to do some out-of-the-box thinking with a solar flare if we were going to use it. You could potentially solar flare a unit of Iron Striders to here, and then you could draw a line as a site if you wanted to do that. But then, I mean, you're trading your solar flare and your Iron Striders for like 2 or 3 Penitent engines, and then the Retributors turn around and probably, the Retributors in Morvenval and random, heavy bolters and stuff get to pick that unit up without really having to worry too much about counterattacks. So maybe not the best use of a solar flare on turn 1.
I need a 9. I want to advance onto the objective. I need a 3. I feel like rolling a 3 is much
So
likely
we're
than
gonna
much
try to
more likely
advance
than
up to
rolling
break
a
that
9.
banner in objective 3.
As fun as charging Celestine would be. Fortunately, it does not really help me. Also, not being able to shoot her is a big ol' problem. She's probably going to charge chickens next turn. And then still be untargetable.
So the thing is, chat, especially with these kind of high impact units that you want to be sort of going face into your opponent's army, every single model that dies from them is actually a really big deal, because the power of stratagems like Enriched Rounds scales with the size of the unit. As soon as you knock, almost 30% of the unit down, 6 out of 20, that's 30% less effective that Enriched Round stratagem is going to be. And that's such a problem in the Adeptus Mechanicus matchup. That's something you have to be so worried about. If that unit draws a beat on these Sacrosants or these Retributors, like that unit's, the Sororitas unit's just dead. And the same, it goes doubly so for Rangers, because the Rangers with their Galvanic Volley Fire will double the number of shots they have, which means that each one of those Rangers that you could potentially remove is, literally 2 Rangers worth of damage that you're removing from the final equation once that unit commits in and starts to deal significant damage. So, not to mention the fact that it's, it was relatively unlikely to lose those last 3 models as well on Devin's part. So, it is a little surprising that he ended up taking those casualties.
No bueno. So no.
So we did get the advance onto objective 3. Probably just going to knock Ash down to only a 10-point primary. And realistically, the question here becomes how Ash is going to deal with these Katarii Vanguard without having to overcommit into them. If Celestine charges, she's going to be out of range of the Sacrosant aura. And as we just saw, I mean, Morvenval's not great at it. She only killed 3 models. Celestine's Flamer is pretty good, but she's not gonna kill that many models either. We may have to commit heavy bolters into them, and even then, it's a little inconsistent because their armor save is so high.
His Ranger friends. You have to come out sooner or later. These chickens. Celestine's on what, a 40?
Yeah.
Cool.
Chickens can't fit through this gap, by the way.
No, I know.
Okay. Just making sure you're aware before you move to run through and then screw yourself over.
Yeah. Yeah,
Such
no.
as happened.
I'm sure that's happened before. But it's not a mistake, so that's more than an inch. This Bok is more than an inch to the other side of that wall from the looks of things. Would you agree?
Sure. Geminis are on 32s, by the way.
No, I know.
Okay.
I just don't want to be charged from the far side of the wall. And then I don't think Celestine can actually land in there.
These are stepping on each other.
Oh, they are stepping on each other. Ooh. No, they are not.
Fuji in the chat. What's up, Fushini? Congratulations on the semifinal win. And isn't it past your bedtime, buddy? Gotta get a good night's sleep for your game tomorrow.
Okay.
I think that's the best thing that I can realistically be expected to do right now. These chickens are going to do much of the similar. Teal guy is going to nobly sacrifice himself for the greater good to save the Lucy, to save the Marshal.
So looks like we are going to be potentially exposing one unit of Iron Striders. I think Devin would be perfectly fine if that Retributor unit wants to come out, get the one Iron Strider unit, maybe. It probably doesn't even wipe the entire unit out because it is unlikely you'll get the Cherub activations into those Iron Striders because you'll just pull whichever one they can see. Although you may be able to squeak line of sight to multiple, though it looks a little bit dicey.
The voters are 7 to 11 in my favor, but points wise, you have 74% of the points.
So more people think you're going to win, but more people are willing to bet, or more money or points or whatever is bet on me winning.
Yep.
That sounds all right. Alrighty. It's fun not having a turn. This makes me happy. Can I shoot anything? No. Can I charge anything? No. Can I do actions and take any of those secondaries? So I'm just going to go ahead and take my 3 priority targets and my 3 strangleholds.
Okay, I'm going to hero it.
Yep.
Ooh.
No.
Excellent.
So, Devin, maybe a little bit of a mistake here. Getting this Skitarii Heroics by Celestine. Obviously, we just talked about this before. She can cover most of the objective with the with her intervention, but not the entire thing. So, Devin putting the Vanguard this far forward, it literally, I don't think had to do that. So, yeah, so he could have just based it. He had almost a full inch of leeway there, but Celestine was definitely in range. So, whoopsies, gonna eat a bunch of attacks. Celestine can just fall back to the position she was in before with that big 12-inch move. And this round of melee attacks is going to do way more damage than her flamer would anyway. So she'd much rather take this attack. Big mistake.
So 3/6 up impulse.
Well, I mean, probably not
So
a huge
gonna
mistake.
die from Celestine.
A
A
mistake,
One
to
more
be
-3.
sure.
But it's 1 damage from them, so I'm still on my protector. So 3 up, 2 up, -3.
Four up.
So
4.
4 up.
No, 5
So-
up, sorry. 5 up.
Yeah, 5 up, 5 up, 5 up.
Yeah, sorry. I added the +1 twice.
So kills
Oh,
3,
okay. So I just lose 3 guys.
Vanguard.
1, 2. That's data tether. That's Omni. So
We're
I'm
going to
mess
have
up
to
my
take
comprehensive.
another
That's
morale
not good.
check. We may end up 1 CP auto-passing this one.
Cool. So I'm gonna hit you back.
Sure. Oh, right, sorry. Console. Sorry, can you move back?
Oh sure.
Thank you.
Oh, did you base me?
No, I hadn't consolidated because
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
so you get base there and then you
Cool.
need this.
That's probably the best I'm gonna be able to do. That's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including the alpha. So that's gonna be 7 attacks into you,
Mm-hmm.
hitting on 4s. And you're T2 right now, courtesy of Vanguard's giving you cancer. So enjoy
Two
your.
ups. One takes 1 damage.
Yeah, slapped a Gemini in the face.
Got her.
That makes me feel better. Except for the part where it doesn't. Cool.
All right.
Okay. You want to roll
I
another
owe you.
6 on leadership?
I would really rather not, to be quite honest
Roll a
with you.
6. What do we get? Nah, that's a 1.
And
Just
I'm
kidding.
going to auto pass. So there.
Okay.
Your turn.
Alright, start out the battle round. Gain a miracle.
Hmm?
5.
I have to do my I have to do this jazz.
Alright.
Now this is
pass
the
time
important
back to you for. Yeah. For you to make a
question
decision.
is, do you come out this turn? I feel like you have to, at least with something. But I also feel like you're not going to. So I'm going to take Protector Imperative. No, I'm not. That's a bold-faced lie. So sorry, so Shottom's gone. This is gone. I'm going to take...
Take a look at Devin's canticles here.
Man, I don't actually know what you're going to do. Do you come out to play? That's honestly the big question right now. Morven halves damage against her, right?
Yep.
What are you looking at for Miracle right now?
4 and a 5.
Just a 4 and a 5, yeah. So yeah, an auto pass or mold on her. If I charge it, that'd be good, but that's probably not going to kill her, to be quite honest. I'm going to take Shoot Better and rest in peace, Iron Spiders.
Alright. She's moving up here. Where, sorry, can I flip this? Oh shit, sorry. That was I didn't realize those things don't phase. I was trying to see whether I could see the one behind.
I think it was something like that.
Yep. Okay, so she has Ranger, and that's Guitar Ranger. Good enough.
Ugh.
Oh right, sorry. Warhim supposed to go off on to Val.
Is that the +1 attack?
Yeah, she wasn't in range, so go on stun. Whatever.
Sure.
Hardware muted myself there, Chan. I apologize. But it looks like Ash is going to be electing to
No, I have range though.
to commit the Retributors. What she was measuring for earlier was whether or not she could get beads on multiple Iron Striders, because each of her Armorium Cherubs is going to be resolved separately with the Retributor squad. So what might end up happening here is she actually she actually kills the first Iron Strider with the first Retributor shot and doesn't get to use those Armorium Cherubs. Now, it looks like we are doing it. They are buffed with the commander of the Adeptus Sororitas from Morvenval, so they're going to be full rerolling those attacks with their multi-meltas. The full Super Saiyan Retributor squad going on here, chat. But at the very least, maybe we can just burn the cherubs to hit the Vanguard, assuming that we stay in melee, or we don't stay in melee with them.
Oh, yes.
I kind of feel like Ash might have to start pushing damage through this Guitarii squad to try to remove them. As much as she doesn't want to, giving the 15-point primary turn to Devin this early in the game could be really disastrous later on.
Not really. Okay. Can you pass the turn to me, by the way? You did not.
I did not do that. No, I did.
Yep. All right. So that's done. Oh no. Creature is just gonna shuffle a little bit forwards. So I can get a better line if necessary later. Alright. So shooting, start of shooting, stun sting goes off. Does not go off. Alright, Retributor starts putting everything into the Iron Striders.
So we did put
Rest in peace,
Stern
chickens.
out to try to get that smite off. That would have been nice, but not doing it.
Rerolling.
Mm-hmm.
Threes, rerolling.
Yep.
5
5.
saves.
Oh
Wait,
boy.
did I only roll 6?
Yay.
I did roll only 6. Sorry, I got 2 more to roll.
Oh, okay.
Both hit.
Boom.
So it's 7.
7 wounds
I
going
was wondering
through
why those dice looked a little anemic.
on the Iron Striders.
Go 6-up
Big
involves.
6-ups. None
How
of
about
them
no?
get made. Ugh.
Okay. So one at a time for damage.
Get
Yep.
wrecked.
6.
Okay.
1, 2,
Ooh.
1,
Oh
Okay.
my god! What are these damage rolls?
and
good,
then
chicken.
1, which I will CP.
Sure.
So the last 2 will just... No, I still have a miracle, so... 5 and the last one that matter. That's a squad.
Do any of them go boom? Very sad about that. So the one on my right does not explode. The one in the middle explodes. The other
Ooh,
one does
We
not.
did get an
So you
explosion.
go boom. So everybody within 3 takes mortal.
no.
So both these marshals.
I don't think that will matter
Nicholas
on the Iron Striders
and
themselves, chat, because we're probably just gonna repair them with the Manipulus. But
That's not what I expected. I was honestly hoping one would live and I would just peel them out of line of sight. And
That's
avoid
a
the dead baby
mad
shooting
explosion
twice,
there.
But
Well, the dead babies aren't shooting, so...
now they don't have to even shoot.
Alright, then Morven is going to put her shots into this one ranger who is barely in range. Because she has line
Yep.
of sight from her spear.
Yep, go for
Which
it.
is still a
So-
stupid ass interaction, but whatever.
It's so dumb, but it's how the game works.
3 bolter shots on 3s.
Yep. That was
Oops,
4 multiple
right
shots. Not that it matters. You hit with them all anyway.
And 2s.
2 saves, -1.
Mm-hmm.
Does this thing give
Nope.
light cover? Does not. So 2 5s. 1 good, 1 not good, and then the missiles.
And then...
yeah, technically the explosions would be done one at a time, chat. It didn't end up entering in this case, but it might have.
5 saves.
5 3-ups then.
You would do the explosions as soon as the model you were allocating wins
Lost
to
one
is
so
destroyed.
far. Just lose 2.
Just the weirdness of vehicle
Rest in peace,
squadrons.
2 little guys. Not enough for me to fail morale test though.
Okay.
Combat.
Yep. So you get to meet your combat first.
I will. I'll have my 7 wonderful attacks into you. Hitting on 4. Oh, good job, 3s.
So the other downside here of Ash not removing these Skitarii is that this is probably going to get Devin, unless Celestine goes absolutely ham. This is probably going to get Devin a 15-point turn and deny Stranglehold on Ash's side, which is a little bit awkward.
There are still transhuman, by the way.
Oh, so 3 saves. And then the girls.
The girls are minus. No, they win on 4s anyway. It doesn't actually matter.
Then the girls get one more.
One?
Bonk. Yeah. So
One more bonk
one
from the
more,
girls.
5 up, and 3.
No, the swords are -3, so they're going to be on 6s.
Yeah,
for
5
everything.
up.
Yeah,
But
6s
you
for
have
the
your
sword.
you.
I have a 3-up save against the sword.
Oh right, you don't have your +1 anymore.
I
right?
don't have my +1 anymore, so these are all just all 6s, and then I just lose 2 to mortals. So I lose 6
did
guys.
kill 6.
Which
All
is
right. Well, we're getting there.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, perfect. That'll actually drop me down below. You gotta die. Yeah, because you'll be good. I gotta lose one more. So it's either the Omni specs or the data tether.
Wait.
Probably the data tether.
I did 2 6s. No, 5.
No, you did 1-6. You did 1-6.
1 6. Yeah. So.
Is that good? No, that's not good. So I have to lose either the Omni specs or the data tether. Did these retributors get cover? I don't think so.
Depending
Probably.
on the angle.
I'm gonna go with probably not. Kill the Omni.
Sure.
Big womp
Yeah,
chat.
coherency's good.
So we can probably... maybe we can't tri-point this model where it's standing because it's...
No, Fuge, that was wound. Right, yep.
Cool. Morale for me.
Oh, right, sorry, I need to take a miracle for...
Oh, for murdering the chickens.
Yep, then morale for
So
you.
big
which
5
you'll
on
just pay
miracle
1.
dice. Where
just gonna
is
pay 1
actually
auto
this
pass.
miracle dice here? Yeah,
Should
we have
require
a
it to be
4 and a
holy on that
5.
objective, but...
Nope.
No.
Thanks,
there you
Admech
go.
Codex. You're
Did
awesome.
it used to be holy?
No, it used to be. It wasn't auto. I don't think it was fearless. They gave them +1
It
saving
was
throw.
+1 save, yeah, but it used to be holy.
I can't remember if it was holy or not.
It's
No, so this
It's an
this objective.
unholy
So
bane.
this one's different. It's
What's
I pick an objective and everything.
Yeah,
that's
I
like,
know,
so
but I'm
auto
saying the
passes.
old version was holy.
Oh, the old version. I didn't play Admech back then much, so I honestly can't remember. Anywho, I have to do some command phase things. Hooray! We're gonna put fallback and shoot on these Vanguard. And
So, yeah, pretty unfortunate there.
Rangers over here.
not killing enough to wipe the unit. You do have to actually kill that unit because the 1 CP auto pass is so strong for Adeptus Mechanicus. So that will give Devin the big 15-pointer. Holding 3 objectives with that objective secured.
Yeah, let's kill Celestine and then kill Celestine again. Because she just comes back to life on a 2+, and that's really annoying. Like, I see what your plan is, and I really don't like it. Because it's really good. Yeah, I want to fall back. I also don't want you to hold this objective. But you just heroic 6 inches. Yes, there's no way these guys are getting away from Celestine.
I mean, if these Germany ones... Oh, right, sorry, this Germany should be, yeah.
Oh, yes.
But, yeah, because she didn't have enough movement to tap up earlier. Now she did. And then I just completely forgot that she hadn't done it. That's fine. Just leave her where she was.
Okay, so I will actually just retreat that way then.
You can't move through me.
Oh no, before you moved her, I believe there was space. I can't remember.
No, there wasn't. Because
okay.
like if you had space to move this way, these 2 models alone would have pinned you.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't tri-pointed because he was on this side. That was my point.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so I'm just gonna move the Alpha first. It's 3, and then 3 should get him to about there. Which is going to be outside an inch of you.
Yeah, it's unfortunate we couldn't convert the tri-point there. That would have been really good, because it at the very least would have forced a desperate breakout. But the big downside of this Mechanicus list, operating mostly in the shooting phase, is that Celestine is going to be a bit difficult to kill. What we may see is the Terrax come in this turn and drop the Electra Priests to try for a charge on Celestine. I think we can drop them relatively safely sort of back here. If the Terrax Drill comes in on this side.
Honestly, have to say.
And that will keep them safe from a lot of the retaliatory shooting, the sort of incidental heavy bolters and stuff in Ash's backline here that could attack them. And if they get that charge on Celestine after she respawns, then you could potentially just dirt her. But it is a little inconsistent, and obviously you're looking for that 9-inch charge out of the Disembark, which is always really awkward.
Does he have on this objective just the one at the moment?
Yeah.
But you can just pile in more of that after I attack you. So getting the priest into there actually doesn't make a difference, unless he kills the whole unit, which isn't happening. And she's not touching the thing, and I'm assuming there's no way for me to deep strike in to shoot them. God, no. Oh, that's the 9-inch bubble. Well, that's good to know.
That's one of the 9-inch bubbles. There are many
one of
9-inch
the
bubbles.
Yes.
There's no angle in which you can shoot them.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, they didn't mark their primaries, chat. We'll go ahead and mark it for them.
As funny as it would be to deny you.
What's this? 10.
Rip banners down too. I think I just wait till next turn to do that. I'll have my better charges. Yeah, I just wait till next turn.
Some brilliant map designer made the map specifically so that you could hide units like this. Who'd have thought?
No, you're honestly doing the thing that I hoped you wouldn't do.
What, screen?
No, play like this. Screen, I figured we were gonna do that no matter what. It's just the rest of it is really annoying. Do I want to blow Solar Flare at this point in time? I don't think so. I think I just deep strike some Skittles over there. God, I hate this so much. Okay. You have no obstacle there. I just need to get 2 guys. But if I charge these mortifiers, you just kill me. If I charge the Battle Sisters, it's a little bit better. Can I? Actually, I want to see if something's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, probably. Well,
yeah,
these
chat.
Rangers are actually going to chill out back here. I don't think I'm going to solar for this turn. I'm just going to bring one of my deep strike units.
It's the it's like the Olympics out here, chat, with all the intersecting rings. Let's do it. Here we go. Time to deep strike some stuff in. Devin electing not to solar flare, but we are just gonna probably pop some Rangers in over here. Try to knock out these Retributors with as painlessly as possible. The big galvanic volley fire shot, most likely.
These guys have 21-inch range anyway, so they're good. Yeah, if I come in here, I'll be able to shoot your rats with all these galvanic. I think 40 galvanic rifles enough to kill them. Yeah, so movement phase. As for like the realsies movement, before I forget, the Manipulus is just going to heal himself. That technically happens at the end of the phase, but I'm gonna obviously not remember it. Oh my. Okay, good. I got my primaries. And this is the mission where you hold it until someone steals it from you, correct?
Nope.
I thought it was.
Nope. That's sweep and clear. In vital intel. Party target does not have that.
Definitely not. This is the one where you move the objectives. That's the funny, zany rule for this mission.
Morven is such a pain in the neck. But then again, so is Celestine. But you are running out of things to shoot me with, which I'm actually very happy about. Because once those rats die, that's actually very good. I don't know. These guys probably just murder Celestine in the face. But I feel like committing chickens to it is probably a safe bet. Also, yeah,
Fushini won the other semifinals game, chat. So Fushini's going to be in the grand finals game tomorrow. This game will determine the other grand finalist that he will face.
Just going to continue to hide like absolute cowards. That's the Lucius Marshal. It's just going to go back over here. to give rerolls to these dudes. This Mars Marshal. Just going to go ensure that his rerolls are going to everybody that they need to go to. Manipulus is good. These guys are good. So I'm deep striking stuff. The question at this point in time is how many units come in this turn. I feel like... So this is definitely happening. Alright, these guys gotta be a little bit further
This is
back.
10. It's like 9 times I count every single time.
Skitarii dodging the deadly laser defenses that are these rings of
9.3,
deep strike
9.3,
denial.
9.3. Where's the other bubble coming from? Oh, that guy. 9.2, 9.2. Okay, we're good there.
As powerful as Iron Striders and all of these other stacking synergies that Adeptus Mechanicus can create are, I think one of the biggest strengths of the faction, one of the most difficult things to deal with in the faction, might be just the fact that they can put so many effective bodies on the table, and especially in the Lucius detachment, the ability to deep strike these entire units for very, very inexpensively is super powerful. A lot of times, while you can, and we've seen this in the the quarterfinals games, excuse me, even in Orcspit's game against Devin, Orcspit did a great job playing Death Guard, very defensively, very conservatively, was able to kind of cut some angles, get as many of the Iron Striders dead as possible before he had to commit out into the open, and was able to mitigate the Iron Striders really well, but unfortunately went down under a tide of Skitarii bodies.
Hitzer does not wound. Cool. These chickens will shoot at Celestine.
Sure.
So we'll start with the autocannon. On 2s. All hit. On 2s. Reroll 1s for the Marshal. It's going to be 6 involves on Celestine.
Oh!
Okay then.
Chat.
Nice.
Yeah, she sure does.
Wow.
6 last cannons on Celestine. 2 rerolls. I think I have that canonical up. I do. Yep. So 2 rerolls, 1 for Mars, 1 for canonical. All hit.
Celestine ate 6 las cannon
Rerolling
shots,
for the
only failed a 1. Invulnerable save
6
there.
more involves too.
6 more.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. 5.9.
Can we slow dice some of these? Yeah, looks like we will.
Far up.
Do you? Good.
Oh my god. Alright.
Not good.
One
it's a
Gemini
Gemini.
dead.
It's
Oh, wait, it's Cognus, right?
yeah, it's
I
Cognus.
forgot.
Then 4 more on Celestine herself.
Alright, Celestine, what do you got? Failed save.
Right.
Yeah, that's
she's
gonna
dead.
kill her.
Alright. Well,
Do you roll at the end of the phase or do you roll
it
immediately?
looked like she
End of phase. You don't know until the end of the phase.
she might have
Makes sense.
survived there
Do these Skittle Rangers are gonna
in a
shoot at the Rex?
universe.
That's not all of them, though.
No, I
Because some
know.
of them only can draw line onto the cherub.
Line seems to be like that.
So you're missing.
Looks
1, 2,
like
3,
3.
4?
3?
Uh,
Yeah, 3. So it's gonna be 34 shots.
mhm.
Hitting on 3s. Good job, guys. Wounding on 3s. That's better. 18 4-ups to you.
1 on Celestine would be disastrous right now, chat. If we
No,
roll the 2 up on Celestine, Ash is in a pretty good spot. The Retributors are dead,
Pastime.
but if Celestine does...
these guys don't have nothing to shoot at.
Well, they also fell back. Or I guess we could program retreat them.
End of the shooting phase, I guess. Does Celestine come back?
All right, here comes the big roll, chat. Do we roll a
Please
1 here?
don't.
Please don't roll a 1. No, it's a 6. That means
I
we
would've
get
been
2
so
Celestines,
happy
right?
if she just stayed dead.
Okay. And Celestine...
Like, I would have been
Charging anything?
unbelievable. Yeah, these Rangers are going to charge your Battle Sisters.
Okay.
Because this is a charge that needs to happen.
Gonna try to get onto objective 5 here. Not with
That
a
is
7.
not a 9. We're going to try that again.
Do we get it with the reroll? No.
That is most definitely not a
Rip.
9.
Oh, there you go.
I had a 3rd reroll. It still would have failed. Yeah, stupid dice box.
And
Cool.
then the Vanguard's gone, so
Yeah, oh, that's what a shock that is.
And
Hi,
Celestine
Celestine.
comes in with the intervention. Can she clear this unit out? She only killed 3 herself in the last fight phase. Let's see. Let's roll some 6s here, chat. 3 6s. Just wipe the unit immediately.
Thank
No.
God.
No 6s. Uh-oh.
I will actually see. I've got so many CP. CP1.
Sure.
There comes the 6s
She's
in
what,
the
strength
window.
what with the sword?
7.
Okay, yeah, so the -1 strength doesn't make a difference. 5.
She
so I
splits
gotta make all
into
these.
2
Or I gotta make
bodies
one of
like
these.
a
Sorry, not all of
chaos
these.
demon. You get a pink, 2 pink Celestines?
6s.
Or 2 blue Celestines? Ooh, fails all of the saves on the Vanguard.
I want to give you a... Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Wipes them.
Was really hoping you wouldn't kill them all. I was hoping one would live, and I would just auto-pass them.
Very nice, Celestine.
And then trap you in combat again.
We probably want to stay on the objective, score the 15-pointer. There you go. Good job.
12.
Okay, well, we are trading 15-pointers here today, chat. That is exactly where Ash wants to be right now.
Alright, kill something, get a miracle.
Excellent stuff. Celestine putting the work in
Wow.
to fight over the
Good thing he's
mid
a
board
face
by
bet.
herself,
Yeah,
literally
battle round,
soloing
ruffle.
a Mechanicus army right now.
I saw you said CP. I spent on something. Alright, so my turn. Hit the button.
Yeah, I did.
You do not have Stranglehold. You do have priority targets.
Yes.
You did not hit the button. You hit the time, not the button.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, you misunderstood.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Celestine, yeah, I mean, it's true. Celestine, the thing that she killed wasn't worth very much, but she did it without charging or shooting, right? And she also ate the entire army's worth of attacks this turn and didn't die. Besides these rangers down here. Now, the other thing about this ranger deployment is that these rangers do not have any of the command phase abilities active on them. So this is as easy to kill as you're going to get for these models. They also don't have any defensive doctrinas up, right? Yeah, we have just the +1 ballistic skill. So, yeah, here comes the mortifiers. We're going to heavy bolter some of these dudes to death. Just get rid of this unit before it can come in and grab objective 5. And this is a trade that Ash is pretty excited to make. If that unit comes in and contests that objective, obviously that's a 5-point swing for Ash, potentially even more if she's not able to clear them off.
Eat bolt gun!
But if she ends up losing the mortifiers, it's only 4 points. It's okay. Not to mention the fact that she's going to be removing, another Skitarius unit. And the less of those on the table, the better.
I think if I made that charge, I would have won the game, but
Yeah.
or at least had a much better chance. Because that unit's big enough that they probably, if I'd rolled big enough on the charge roll, I could have ripped down both those banners and taken both those objectives from you.
She's not walking over the obstacle, chat. She's
This guy only needed to
just
go
doing that. They're just walking
13 and a bit.
walking
So
like this.
Yeah, pylons
He
over
had
the-
to pile in this way, so you'd have to go on real wide, which is a problem.
There's like a
kind of. I just would have had to
There's
say
the-
outside and you.
this one little iota of the obstacle
You currently have a 3-up save against me, so 4-ups.
over here that's like overhanging them, and they were auto raising up above it, which is what it looked like. But they are totally fine to stand there.
It's an 11-inch charge.
The bases are passing over the terrain. Okay.
Let's see. You can get a copper scar there. Yeah, sure. Alright. 2. You know what? The Penitence will advance. Extra 5.
Can they advance in charge or no?
Yes.
Oh, they can.
2.5,
Is that a-
4.5, so that's...
Is that a stratagem or just something you just innately do?
No, they innately have advance in charge.
Okay.
So they're going 13. Alright, so this is 3,
Oh, the flamers are heavy. That's what it is.
5, 8. Can this one do that? No. So instead, I'll pull you back 6 inches this way and move you.
So one thing that we've seen Ash do in the past, I mean, with these engine units, this is one of the highest volume of flamers you get in a Sororitas list. So you use the Purge with Fire stratagem to max the number of shots they have, and these things put out an absolutely insane amount of damage, especially against these light infantry that they're winning on 2s. So this unit itself might kill the Skitarii. They're going to bump them just down to a 4+ save and do a ridiculous number of wounds to them.
Okay. Now comes the...
They cannot advance and shoot the flamers, chat. Now, unfortunately, the flamers are heavy weapons. They can advance in charge, but they can't advance in fire. They just move pretty fast by themselves. They're just an 8-inch base movement.
Alright, this is doable. Okay.
Cool.
Salamanders, but with style. It depends on how stylish this sort of
around.
insane pain engine is, I guess.
And open a gap over here for Kaiganil.
Is this guy's head on fire? I don't know what's going on in this model here, to be honest.
So that's not makeable, so they will pull back. Here. Still within smiting range. Should take a couple steps over.
Is the game going to come down to secondaries? I think it very well might, chat. That is, I mean, it's oftentimes how priority targets ends up going. But what we do need to see is Ash contest an objective. I think, based on her measurement earlier, what it looks like the plan here is, and we'll see this if this is possible, we're going to miracle a big charge with Celestine into the Iron Striders. She's going to make it here to Objective 2, use her Pylon and Consolidate to toe the edge of the objective while basing both of these Iron Striders. That should make it, based on the proximity to the other characters, impossible for any of these Iron Striders to get around the edge of the formation, because these two won't be able to pile in because they're based to grab this objective. Since there's only one on the objective, which is this one right at the apex, it will be contested 1-1. Looks like we're actually advancing Ephriel Stern potentially into the center to hold that objective as well. Okay, so scratch that, chat. That totally might not have been the plan. We do have to hold a third objective on AshC's side in order to score that stranglehold. But knocking Devin down to a 5-point primary here this turn would be potentially brutal.
There go my battle round.
Now, another thing that's important to keep in mind with the position of Ephrius Thurn and Kaganil is they actually don't benefit from the Sacrosanct aura. They can't be bodyguarded. So you're just looking for kind of rote lookout sirs, which is a little bit less reliable than bodyguard. So they don't chain quite as well as Celestine does.
She should be within 18. Yeah. So does she do mortal ones? She does. You take D3, they take 1 mortal one, 1 dice.
So she bolts of divine or holy judgments one guy to death.
Okay. All of these heavy bolters are going to Skitari.
Yep.
Here comes the mortifiers.
So that would be 24.
Yep.
3s. Yeah. And 3s.
That's a good emoji face,
So
right?
8 saves.
-1.
I appreciate
so
that.
Be 5s. 5 die. 1, 2, 3. So I want to make this charge longer for you. Yeah, there's no real way to do that.
Alright, Val is going to shoot the Bellastarii.
So now Val with their full rerolls.
Cracks.
Gonna start trying to knock out some Iron Striders here.
That was the
She is one of the best attrition pieces in this matchup, just given the fact she has a pretty decent profile attacking Iron Striders, especially with her rerolls. Yeah, there you go. 3 wounds at AP1 through. Could kill one. No, doesn't.
One takes 2 wounds.
And they have no way, they have no recourse against her. They can't attack the Sacrosancts without indirect fire, and she's untargetable. So she just gets to chill there and shoot them for a while.
Yep.
She doesn't have a lot of damage in the shooting phase individually. She's basically like one Terminator almost. But she gets to shoot every turn without any return fire.
3. I'll CP that actually.
Sure.
Do it 2. Makes no difference. Okay.
Oh, that's not the right one. That was a 2. Did that chicken explode? No.
So, to clarify there, chat, Ash is looking to spend some CP. She's kind of awash in CP right now, especially given that we're going into battle round 3 here, and she's still got 9 left on the table, which is a lot. There is a possibility she rolls a 6 there and kills an Iron Strider, but the 3 is also, because it's an odd number, and the next unit to attack that unit is going to be Celestine, the 3 is an awkward number for amount of damage for her to deal. She would much rather it be an even number, so if she gets the 4+, that's 1 less attack that Celestine needs to kill the Iron Strider. And if she gets a 2, it doesn't really matter. The only downside is if she had rerolled into a 1, which is the same chance as rolling into a 6 and killing it, which is probably a fine trade. So it looks like what we're going to be doing here is charging the Penitent Engines and the Mortifiers instead of shooting them anymore. This should pick up the Rangers. At least it's going to engage them and probably body block them from getting to Objective 5. And at the same time, we're going to be screening out any additional drops for those long charges that Devin was looking for last turn.
Which is a 10.
And here comes the Miracle Charge. Yeah, right in the
face.
right in the butt cheeks there.
Yeah, it's fine.
Real deep. Yikes.
Right, start with
And she's gonna live there for a while. Well, she's gonna live there until the Admech shooting phase, and then she's dead.
Ones. I'll CP reroll 1 of those ones. So
Cool.
that
Three's two of me.
is
So 2 mortal wounds and then 3 saves at negative a lot, so invols. So that's just 1 dead chicken, and then so this guy dies. That's
then the next
2,
one takes
4.
4.
Yep. Does that dead chicken explode? It does. What a go. So Celestine takes a mortal and I take a mortal.
Actually, isn't it 3 inches?
Oh, it is 3 inches.
She wasn't.
Yeah, she was on it.
Celestine actually survives the explosion of the Iron Strider she kills. She's like doing
And then,
backflips
alright,
off this
so
thing.
I
She's like
assume you're going
charging
to
and then
interrupt.
bouncing.
No,
And
I'm not gonna interrupt.
maybe she
It's
walks
honestly
away,
not
not
worth it, 'cause
looking
you're
at
gonna
the
probably just
explosion
murder
over
them
here
all.
because she's so cool.
Okay, so the penitence.
Now the downside here is that because, interestingly, because Devin didn't actually pull any of the front Skitarii, these pylons don't get Ash any real additional real estate. I'm sure what she would like to have done is piled in 3, something like this, and then once you kill these models, you can consolidate this way to get around behind the line of sight blocker here. As it stands, the mortifiers may be able to bounce around, which will keep them relatively safe from these Iron Striders, but the pink Iron Striders are going to get to light these Penitent engines up, which is not going to be pretty for them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there's 1 left.
Celestine has respawned
There is
once,
one
chat.
guy left.
So she's
What
just
a
going to get laser
champion.
cannoned now.
Um,
We might actually just program retreat on these Iron Striders to let them
Are
shoot at
we-
mortifiers, and then
is
just
Little
like
Ranger alive here?
galvanic volley fire a billion shots into Celestine to kill her.
You'll be able to attack. No, you won't. Woo.
The awkward part about Celestine and having the game put on her back in this fashion, oh no, one guy's alive. So we might have to not auto pass that dude, because if he survives, he makes all these models immune to shooting, which would be bad, unless you desperate breakout, which is most of the Admech remaining CP.
I'm hoping I roll a 1 on those. I mean, if I roll that, I would have to desperate breakout.
Yeah.
It just costs me 2 points.
So the awkward part about putting the game on Celestine's shoulders like this is that there is, there's a non-zero chance there that Ash does roll a 1 on Celestine's respawn, and then it may be over immediately for you.
I figured.
Ash should be in a much worse position if Celestine had gone down on that 1. Which in a game where sort of the stakes are this high and both the players are playing as cagey and as well as they are right now, I think you do have to at some point take that 5 and 6 gamble that she respawns and gets to keep doing stuff.
Little buddy's gonna slap your penitent engine back.
But
He's mad.
sometimes she dies and that makes it a lot harder for you.
Yeah.
Feel no pain.
Get him.
Do 1 damage. Good job.
And then I'm gonna smack Celestine in the face. On 3s, we're rolling for Mars. And then probably 2s. It's gonna be 4 saves on
And
Celestine.
they strength 5.
Are they strength 5? They are strength 5. So that'll be 3
Yeah,
then. I'm not assuming this does anything. Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Celestine. Cool. Morale for me. This little skittle is out.
Oh. So you score 1 point.
Yep. Happy I got that 15 earlier.
Don't get a stranglehold, but that's fine. Get priority. Oh, I forgot to get my 2 banners. Okay.
Cool.
Oh yeah, no, I do get stranglehold. Let me talk about it. That's why I'm almost done.
Yes. Stupid Morven just being able to just stand there and not get shot. Oh, GW. You make me
Game's
laugh.
very stressful. Playing against Admech is very stressful.
And this was honestly probably the best mission for you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I charge even doable now. I'm gonna kill a lot of mortifiers this turn. Can Morven use the come back to life when she dies thing?
No.
That's good to know. So all this stuff has to show up. You have no OBSEC on this objective. You are still zoning me out sufficiently well. These 2 are stuck shooting at Celestine. And these 3, however, can go shoot at
There should be no way for you to actually land on objective 1. Because you would have to start away, and then even with a 12-inch charge, you would only be able to get here, and then the nearest models would be here.
That's,
Or here, which means you wouldn't be able to swing through. I mean, objective 4, not objective 1. You know what I mean. It should be physically impossible.
I mean, it's physically impossible anyway. Because even if I were to, it is more than
no.
equal
It's
away
like
from Stern.
even if those two did not exist, it should be physically impossible.
If those two did not exist, there might have been a way, but with these two being here, it is actually impossible right now. The question is, the termite comes in. That's happening.
Iron Striders did.
The question is, do the priests get out?
They did force a kill on or a respawn on Celestine earlier, chat.
And this green unit of Skittles has to show up too. If I go over here, you just kill me. Oh, sorry, all the buzzers.
They also forced out the Retributor squad. Devin basically exposed an Iron Strider unit so that the Retributor squad had to come kill them so we could pick it up. Because that's the only real long-range firepower that Ash has. She does have a billion heavy bolters, but you're like, okay. Winning on 5s into a pretty decent saves. I mean, they really only tickle the Iron Striders. They don't really kill them. Ooh, we also get a big repair on this guy, too. That's going to be exciting.
I'd have to fail for that. I don't really know if I want to fail, though. I don't even know if I want to do that. I mean, it's not a terrible idea, but there's nothing over there for me. That's the problem. There's nothing down here for me, either. So I think I just hold on to that for another turn. And try and kill some stuff. That seems... These stupid priests have to get out. That's just the reality there. Do 3 chickens kill 4 penitent engines? Probably not. Manipulas. The red squad is actually just going to move up 4. Just so as many of them can draw line of sight to P engines as possible.
Sure.
But they're not in range. It doesn't actually make... Oh, no, they are in range. They have the Galvana field.
P engines.
They're pretty high. Okay.
I'm not sure if I like that nickname as much as
those
penguins.
3,
chat.
6, 9, 11 of them are. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You're playing this exactly the way I didn't want you to. This is what I was scared of.
What, that I would be intelligent?
I was honestly hoping you would YOLO run at me and hope for the best with first turn, but that's what I was kind of hoping for.
I'm not gonna lie, before I sat down and like thought about this game, that was my initial game plan, and then I went, you know what, there's a better way to play this.
And this is like this is the only mission you could do this on too. It's the only mission with the table set up.
Oh, that's what happened to everyone except Space Marines last season, right? They got sweep and clear against Vanguard vets and just died.
Yep. So I need to kill. I need to kill
sitting me
Stern.
through this.
I need to bring in the termite. Again, does the termite actually want to? But I can't give up another. Sorry, that was 5 inches of movement. How far does 11 get me? Not far enough. What's Stern like defensively?
-1 to hit, -1 to wound. Kaganil has a 5 out, feel no pain.
Still pretty good. Oh, no, I think I have to blow the solar flare this turn. Because, like, I want to shoot at Stern, but I don't want to shoot at Stern. It's certainly a dilemma that I really don't want to deal with.
That's what they're there for.
Yeah, chat. Definitely.
Being annoying.
Definitely Ash showing us the weaknesses of Adeptus Mechanicus. But I think it is important to remember that basically this strategy is hinged off the back of a mechanic that makes large portions of your army literally uninteractable by your opponent, which basically no other faction has access to. So this is definitely should not be, you know, a disparagement of the sheer power of Adeptus Mechanicus. I think sisters just have some of the best tools in the game to actually survive them.
Oh, the charge speed of the mortifier from there. 10. Looks like 10 to the charge mortifiers. Yeah, it'd be 10 to charge mortifiers.
Sure, if you can manage to get around without crossing the area terrain.
Yeah, it should be doable. There we go, I should be able to do it that way. Assuming this penitent engine is dead.
Sure.
Which I know is a big if, but I'm kind of out of options at this point in time. So yeah. If I get these priests out this turn, they just die, so I can't do that.
Here comes the mole drill.
Fortunately, there wasn't really any other way to play this. At least not that I could have thought of.
Bunch of Melta shots coming out of this thing, potentially,
This
so
mission
we'll
is
certainly
horrible.
help remove that penitent
This
engine
matchup.
by itself.
Okay, I'm just going to bubble out Stern as well. Oh, that's giving me the big bubble. Why does it do that? Okay,
If you're
so-
selecting multiple units, it'll double.
Oh, okay, okay.
Sorry, multiple models, not multiple units.
Oh, I see. It's 9. Oh, it's this stupid guys. Yeah, it's that 10 to the board edge now. Damn it.
I don't know why it's not giving an even click. Oh, sorry, the hitboxes are funky. That's why.
Skittles, Skittles, Skittles. You guys don't have a choice right now. Basically, I'm just trying to pull the same 10-inch charge with this unit as well.
Sure.
Like, sadly, this is the only option available. I need a big charge to happen. Can I even place these guys here? Oh, that's definitely... There we go. There we go. Which means one more needs to go there. And the rest can just pile up this way or something. Let's give myself options into Kaikanel just in case. Actually, no, we're not going to do that because that's just going to end up blocking my own stupid termite from charging you. If I fail.
I feel like I'm contractually
Let's
obligated
not
to
be
admit
stupid.
something, chat, which is that earlier I was talking about solar flaring Iron Strider Ballastarii, but now that I'm thinking about it, as we're considering these teleporting interactions, you can't do that because the Iron Striders are Martian. If they were Lucius Iron Striders, we could teleport them. But I know there's gonna be a comment on the VOD of this video where somebody's like, "You freaking idiot," and I just want to be able to timestamp a part where I admit that I was mistaken.
Solar flare, as I don't have a choice.
So we are going to solar flare the back unit of
There's
Rangers.
somebody behind.
Speaking of solar
Oh,
flaring,
did I?
Yeah, I've moved him over there already.
Oh, thank you. And again, I want to shoot Kaikanel, but I can't. Because if I don't get Stranglehold this turn, I just lose. And Minimalist Friend can go with them. And they can just see down that way. Guess within 6 of all of them, which he is. Cool. And you should be able to see.
so it is a pretty heads-up play by
Ash.
Ash. A lot of players would be remiss to throw away a relatively expensive unit like Kaiganel and Ephriel. But this does screen out the center objective so that Devin has to commit one of these big charges and engage them in melee. And let me tell you, out of this Sisters list, one of the best units at just fighting a billion Skitarii is going to be Ephrael and Kaiganel. They have a lot of attacks, a ton of attacks.
On 3s. Good job, chickens.
3
Mars.
1s to wound on Celestine. Oh,
That's a good
boy.
start. 2s. 2 involves to Sally.
Alright,
Or 3 1s to hit, excuse me.
4 up. And a 4 up. CP that.
Sure, please fail.
Does she survive?
Please just fail this. Come on, game, give me something here.
We made moment of grace here, chats.
No.
Oh, she succeeds
That's a problem.
the reroll. Oh,
That is a
no.
big problem. Oh, why do these 2 chickens have to shit the bed?
So I think in hindsight here, I think that we are not programmed retreating because the programmed retreat Skitarius is in the Lucius detachment again. And these are Martian Iron Striders, so we don't have the opportunity to target them with because they don't share the Forge World keyword.
On 3s, Mars. On 3, oh my god. Okay. 3 neg 3s. They just go
All
right
safe.
through, right?
Yeah.
Cool. One at a time. First one. For 6.
6. Yeah, just keep rolling. Like
You have the feel pain though, right?
yeah, I feel no pains, but just keep rolling, cause I prefer like you're like if you want to reroll the damage, but
No,
yeah.
I'm not gonna reroll that. And then a 5, wouldn't reroll that. And then so
Yeah,
it's a 6 and fall by 2 5s.
this just makes it much smoother to roll. So the first one lives,
Sure.
then next one dies, next one lives with 2.
Do they explode or anything?
Nope. Actually.
Cool. These Skittles are gonna shoot them.
Okay.
So that looks like everything from that line over can see. So that's gonna be 3, 6, 7 that can't. So it's gonna be 3, 6, 9, 11 that can't see you.
And there's that kind of
Beyond
inefficiency
this line.
at killing these
Yeah.
penitent engines. 3 Iron Striders, so 6 last
So
cannon
if
shots,
you're
only
doing
killed
those, so
2.
that's 7 that can't see. Yeah.
Yep.
2 in a
so
little bit.
11. Yeah.
11, so it'll be 22 shots. Fours. 5s. 3 minus 1 or 3 minus 2s.
6s and
5.
take 2. This one dies.
Cool. Termite will shoot him.
All right.
3 shots in the Melta. Oh my god. Okay. Mars. And 3s. Just one goes through for T6 damage. For 6.
Dies.
Awesome. Yeah, it should be a 10 inch charge.
10.8. Yep.
Green. I can see with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 16 shots gonna kill one of these things.
If we're
Probably
looking for
not.
a charge, the shooting into this model is a
Kill
little
you,
bit
charge you.
scary.
This might be greedy, but at this point,
All right, here we go. We're going to roll it. That's a lot of hits.
5.
Okay.
Thank God I'm not killing you. Minus 1s.
Thank God my rolls were not that good.
Take a wound.
Got him.
Cool. These 2 can't do jack. Oh, this sucks. Charge phase, I guess. We're gonna do the super awesome important charge into these mortifiers. We need a 10. I get 3 I get 3 dice and I drop the lowest.
From the who's sticking in.
The termite.
Okay. Give me 1 second. You can pass the time to me. I need to think.
Oh, Overwatch.
Does the termite have the Skitari keyword? It does.
It sure does.
Yeah, I need to think about Overwatch. Should I do that? If I spike. You know what? I'm not spending the CP on much anyways. Yep.
All right.
Overwatch.
She's gonna fire some heavy bolters into it.
No, I did not spike.
One
One
wound.
save, -1.
4 up. Good.
Okay.
Needing a 10. Nope.
Nope.
This is one of those charges that I need to make, so... Okay, game. Okay. Green's gonna charge. Stern.
Okay, green.
So
Yep.
CP
You're 9.
rerolled the charge.
There's the 10.
Skitarii, I
gets
do get
strangled
into
this turn.
Stern. Hold the baby. Yeah, Chad, in technicality, I think the termites
These guys all
path might have been had to be a little bit more awkward because it would have had to go like this and then like that, which might have been more than 10
I'm just
inches.
gonna roll and see if I have to
The players agreed ahead of time it was going to be 10 inches, so
Once you
it,
roll,
it is what it is. I think, you know, we could have probably put some Skitarii here like this instead of like this, you know, or like that or whatever, and it would probably would have been fine.
Because I
it
got
doesn't
something.
dump you.
No, it doesn't. It hates me so much. Get in there, you guys, and punch Ephemeral Stern in the face. Kygo's going to be attacking me no matter what, and you guys can go into... That's only going to be 3 of them attacking you.
Okay.
You're up, little Skittles. Or not. Cool.
Alright, Celestine swings.
Skitarii, I just do not want to attack
Attacks.
today. Celestine,
CP one of those. So down to 5 CP. This goes away. This becomes 2 mortal ones at the end. Wounding on
Sure.
3s. 3 saves, 3 inbounds.
So 3/6 up invols.
oh boy.
So
So
that's going
first
to
one
kill
kills
this.
that one, and then the next one. Next 2 do
So
4
that-
damage, and then the 2 mortal ones kill the last one.
Should wipe
Does this
an
chicken explode?
the entire
Does
Ballistarius
not.
unit.
I'm going to spend a command point for a 4 yellow paint against mortals.
Alright.
Just got to make one of these.
All right.
And chicken friend
It never
lives.
listens to the
No,
Allen
why would he
Messiah.
do that?
No, it's not helping.
Oh crap! That's
Oh
probably
no,
gonna be bad.
Devin's scrambling for some the dice to bail him out a little bit here. He's just not getting it. Ash has put him in such a predicament, especially with the
just need that
Celestine
chicken
just eating all of these last
he had a
cannon
fairly
shots
good
and
chance
bouncing
of
them.
Yeah. 75%.
Yep.
Now these are no longer in reserves. Let's move them on.
Yeah, they're in the transport.
Oh boy, chat.
So Stern swings back. Kaganel.
Yep.
Kaganel want to do the blender or the other one?
Yeah,
Still
so
do the other
Kaiganel
one.
can, I
4
believe,
attacks from
double his
Kaiganel.
attacks.
2, 3 rolling. And 3 is. So 1 save at -2?
Damage.
No, sorry, -1, 2 damage.
So he's using
Dead.
his 5
And
attack
then
kiss
whatever
profile.
Stern does.
And then Stern.
But at the base level, these two characters have 11 attacks.
4 saves,
9
-3,
attacks, excuse
no
me.
inbound.
But they could double to 13
At 2
for 120
damage,
points.
so,
That's pretty
I
good.
don't think you get a save.
Oh, then if it's no win roll, then no. So I just lose 5 guys.
Yeah.
Do I care about that morale test?
There were some questions to chat about why these characters get picked, and that's why.
Oh, what do you know?
They
I
have
do.
a billion attacks and are super
Okay,
hard to kill
that's
for very
14.
cheap.
Yeah, I lose 3 more.
And we
Man,
fail
talk
the
about a game
morale
with just
check.
nothing
Oh my
going right.
god. That will give
I mean, I
Devin
don't
the
feel bad, but
objective.
You're playing Admech, so no, I don't feel bad.
Okay, so how many of these mortifier things that I just killed 4 of them, right?
Yeah, I think because it's like a demon
you
killing
killed 4,
weapon,
yeah.
chat, is why
I
it
get
ignores
priority.
involves.
So
It's good for
you're gonna
stabbing
score
bloodthirsters.
10. Can I even catch up at this point?
So it's score 10. And then last turn, I'm
Oh.
definitely scoring 10.
I will probably score likely 5 again.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's possible.
Because even if I score 5 and then I score 15, if I
just
max
need to
out priority,
Yeah, so
assuming I max out priority,
9, 4, 3.
and I get 2 more of these,
So we maybe had to talk out here, chat.
yeah, you're maxing that. I can't do anything about that.
And then if I get 10 points plus some banners, I win. I get 5 points and some banners even, or 1 stranglehold. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's theoretically possible, but no.
You're just going to go hide all these mortifiers now, and I'm never going to get more vehicle kills. You don't actually have to leave your deployment zone
Yeah,
to
basically.
beat me.
Basically.
All on
Yep.
the back
No,
of
cool.
Celestine
That's it
there,
then.
chat.
There's literally nothing I can do.
Oh my god.
If those Skittles there had made the charge
All right,
last
chat.
turn,
If
probably
you have
would've
any
been
questions to the players, go ahead and throw them
If
in
this
there.
termite had
Looks
made
like
it in, it would've been
we're gonna do a little post game breakdown here.
because he goes in and
But that-
probably he doesn't kill
Yeah,
all
like
of them,
we
he
talked
kills, like,
about,
all
absolute
of them.
masterclass
Oh, he kills all.
from Ash on how to play this matchup.
I don't trust myself to roll dice. He kills at least 2 of them.
Yeah, fine.
But-
Kills 2.
But then there's like, but then I'm just dumping a dozen electro priests on this objective in my next turn,
Mm-hmm.
ripping that banner down and doing all that. But now it has to like, but now they're not getting into there because you'll just come body block me.
Yeah.
Because like at most I move 9 out, and then I would have to charge. Like I can't even make the charge into the sisters.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was there, I could easily get out and charge sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it worth? Yeah, I don't think there's a way for me to win.
There's X101's
All
towing
right.
the objective over here, chat.
Not gonna
Yeah,
lie,
'cause, like-
I mean,
yeah.
it's probably something like this.
Because even if it's that, even if we're sitting there on an 85, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, it'll be more to the banners,
Yeah.
and then stranglehold points too.
Something
Yeah, it'll be something like that. Yeah, there's no way for me to catch up. I can't deny you the points.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Well, good game anyway.
We gonna call it there?
That's it. Yeah,
All right.
Yeah. there's literally nothing I could have done at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Like, I needed-
the charge out of Deep Strike would have helped a lot, and Celestine being an absolute boss over
So-
here was.
Well,
Yeah, all I
the
need to do
chicken-
is all I need to do here is healing tears, bring 1 Gemini back,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then charge the 2 characters.
yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah.
Kill them
then
both.
just kill them both, and then just like, and then I've denied you control of this objective.
But like,
You've got-
if the chickens had killed Celestine, then
yeah, that's a different story.
Right.
because then I get stranglehold, and then like there's something I can maybe do, but Celestine just like she's gonna kill these characters and tie these chickens down for another turn.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and we were talking about it a little bit in chat too. Like, Celestine is one of those super powerful pieces, and especially in this matchup where if you don't interact in almost every phase, it's so hard to deal with her in a single turn. But there's also inherent risk to kind of putting the game on her shoulders a little bit, in that she could just not respawn, right? And then it's a very different game if she goes away.
There is the chance of that. The problem with Celestine, like the biggest issue that I personally have with her, is the fact that you can string her out with the 2 Gemini, and then have like a sacrosanct behind a wall, and then she's like in the middle of the table and you can't shoot her.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it is a super powerful interaction. Yeah, especially against
Like,
an army that's mostly
The bodyguard
shooting.
rule, the bodyguard rule's always been like an interesting game mechanic, but then sisters, just the way that they can use it, just like push it over the edge.
Yeah, and the way almost specifically Celestine uses it, right?
I mean, it's
More-
just a
Morven
Morven,
too.
Morven, not really, because like
Morven sits out in the open and just shoots with impunity.
I mean, that's the same as a Telemaster, which is
Yeah.
obnoxious, but not. And she does a lot less damage than a Telemaster.
But she also has way more threat in melee, and she's also way harder to kill in combat too.
Yeah, but like point still stands, right?
She
The
she
fact
does
that
less
she gets
damage than
bodyguarded is not-
that relic contemptor for sure. that's a character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or the Iron Hands Relic Contemptor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that with Fushi in the
It's
last
it's it's not that Morven on her own is better than those. It's just Morven in the context of what this army is. Because because it's not so much that like her shooting's really good. It's the fact that now I have like she's moving what, like 8 or something. Yeah, moving 8.
Yeah.
So she has like a 16-inch exclusion area around her that I don't really want to go into because she'll just charge me.
I mean, I'm not bothering to charge this Skittle Blob. I can't do any damage to that. Because they ignore AP too.
Yeah, that unit does, but the green squad doesn't.
Yeah.
Right now. Like, yeah, she's not going to do much of this red squad, but like other things as well. And then Celestine just being able to sit in the middle of the table and be untargetable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the problem with the Admech book is that their combat options aren't that great compared to other factions. Like, I could take infiltrators, but you really rely on going first with that unit.
Yeah. You know, like I mean, generally speaking, right? This is a horribly losing matchup, except on this kind of map.
This is the only map.
Yeah.
Because
Which
basically
is-
every other map, these penitent blobs are just have such a big footprint that I can usually just get angles on them with the 16-inch move on the chickens.
Yep.
And then like the chickens will just pick up penitent unit up a turn if they can.
Yeah. But like, I'm just thinking, right? Like, it's a very powerful interaction, but it's also one that's it's only brokenly powerful on a couple of deployments. The bodyguard role.
With the T5S2 tables, yes.
Yeah.
But like if you go to like another mission pack, like assuming not one that's like a bowling alley, but like WTC for example, like
Oh yeah, the
just
Greek Hammer maps would just be.
the density of that.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
let's not-
the
let's
first
not take
mistake was
Greek
bringing
Hammer
a
out.
ranged attack to a Greek Hammer map in the first place.
Yeah, those maps they're apparently getting toned down in density.
Yeah. Biscuit.
Um,
Bowling alley means no. Basically means no terrain.
Yeah. It's for the most part I like these tables. It's just this one you can hide your entire army very easily. And it's just the angles of these L's make it very difficult to actually engage.
Well, it's a
Yep.
WTC table, right?
It definitely feels like one.
Yeah, it's
No, as in Trevi built these tables out of WTC.
yeah, it's
layouts
a
with
WTC
tiny edges.
layout, but the obstacles were there was used to
Oh,
be
yeah,
dense
this is
cover
one of-
here. And we
Yeah,
removed
this
that
is
for
this is
obstacles.
this is this is one of the older ones, isn't it?
Yeah, I
From,
mean
like,
it
one of the
was
previous
made
maps.
like when was this? Almost a year ago now. So
Yeah,
in
this is
Jan-
like
January.
version.
6 months ago.
oh, 6 months ago. Yeah, these are
Yeah,
these are
this
6
would have
months
been-
old.
Did you base this off the one that was on their website back then? Because that was like version 8 or 9, I think.
7.9 at the time, I believe.
7 point. Yeah. Yeah, because all the L's were on hard right angles, whereas the ones now generally aren't. And there's also like way more of them.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
like,
know if
if
we
it-
need more L's. I'm gonna be honest.
No,
It's
I-
feels like an okay number of L's.
I don't. I'm honestly on the fence about L's as like terrain features. I kind of see what GW is doing with like their tournament tables, but like the sheer footprint of like as soon as you step on this, you get shot. I don't necessarily feel is like better.
Yeah. There's some
Like-
situations, like especially if the shooter is fast, where you can step on your opponent's L's, and then it gets really weird.
Yeah.
Or your opponent's,
Yeah.
not L's in that, but your opponent's enormous, 14 by 14 blocks or whatever they are, and then shoots, cut the corners and be able to shoot your opponent's stuff, which is, it's going to create some interesting dynamics for sure.
Which Admech can very easily do with chickens.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's chickens and planes and the solar flares and all sorts of stuff going on.
I don't think you'll see many planes, honestly,
Yeah, I
because
think
nobody wants to drop $2,000 on that.
right. Yeah, and definitely in comparison, like a plane versus 20 Skitarii for a roughly analogous cost. I mean, the Skitarii are OBSEC and have table presence and
Are just better. in every way.
are generally more efficient. Yeah, which makes sense.
And got buffed for some reason.
Yeah, and might be immune to blast and in light cover all the time and get +1 attack.
Yeah.
That'll give you some. There you go. You'll be able to fight better in melee. Kill
Yeah, that is
Celestine with those
100%.
guys.
Honestly, I can expect to see Eldar actually showing up a lot just to beat that. Because Eldar actually like demolished that army, believe it or not.
What, the Skittle Blob?
It's a little
Yeah,
tougher when their
Skittle
blast
hordes.
turns off, I think.
Yeah.
But people generally don't think a lot of Vanguard though.
That's true.
There'll be like 1, maybe 2 units of Vanguard.
Yeah.
And like Eldar have other ways to deal with that specific law, but like ignore cover 12-shot Dark Reaper Exarchs.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, they kill Skitarii real like Ash, I was happy when you beat Jonathan because I'm like, I didn't want to play against that.
Yeah, it
'Cause
was
that would've
very
been
laser
scary.
tuned against those big Suxaria bricks for sure.
I mean, he
But
also
then, like-
tuned. He also tuned it to be, to beat me, but only if he went first.
Right.
I don't think the Harlequins helped his list as much as something else probably would have. Like if you're going for gunline, just go hard gunline at that point.
Yeah, I think the other downside that I noticed, and this was also the case in his game against Ashley in the group stage with a similar style, was that he had very little that could dig him out once the guns got engaged. And so-
Actually, Haywire bikes might have been better than the boats.
yeah, I could see that. That certainly helps. You can also bring psychic powers just to kill stuff that gets into you.
Yeah, that too.
I think
Yeah,
there's a
that's true.
couple options. Yeah.
Grotesques.
Grotesque.
3 raid series because like every Eldar army has 3 raid series right now.
Just a casual Drazar, just to get that guy in there.
Like 30 in RE might not actually be a bad idea.
We did have a couple questions from chat. If you guys want to break things down a little bit. Valdor asking, is this Celestine's best performance to date? Ash?
No, I would say second best.
Second best. Okay. What was the best?
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking.
The best performance was when she, when I took the passion and she punked. Can't remember what those things are called. Give me 1 second. It's Oh yeah, when I took the passion and she punked two Grey Knight captains, Drago and something else, in a single turn, and then proceeded to demolish the entire enemy army. Like she killed like 800 points by herself.
That's rude. That's some punching down right there, Celestine. The Grey Knights.
Grey Knights would actually because Grey Knights would otherwise actually pair into this list decently well if they went double paladin.
Chorus of Spiritual Fortitude, basically, I gave her Chorus of Spiritual Fortitude, meaning she was immune to all psychic abilities, and then I just like threw her into the lines, and they just failed to kill her.
Yeah, that happens though.
Yeah, the
But, like,
anti-psychic
Paladin-
is brutal.
Yeah, because her sword is only 2 damage, right?
Yeah.
In combat. Yeah, so paladins can stand up to her fairly decent. Assuming she doesn't roll like a lot of 6s for mortals.
Oh, I mean, I was running the Passion. She had Morbin Val's buff initially, and then she lost it. That she just ran around killing like that was the best performance of the like second best performance. Like I don't think anything is ever going to top. Celestine solo killed 800 points.
Oh my god. Jeez.
Like that is never going to be topped. So
Face Wrecked asking Devin, why so many chicken walkers in your list? Can you talk about the inclusion of all these Iron Striders?
So the chickens are exceptionally points efficient for shooting, and on most of these tables, with the exception of this one, this is a notable exception actually. It's very easy to get angles on them to shoot stuff because they can move 16 inches. If I use the strat, if I really want to push it, I can pop the Doctrina and they can move 19. So it's very easy to get them targeting things. So like any like monsters or vehicles, just anything like that is just deleted by these guys. And the other thing with them especially is a lot of lists that are like vehicle heavy. Like if you saw the Death Guard game yesterday, they basically have to choose: do they kill the chickens to avoid getting tabled, or do they kill the Skitarii to avoid getting outscored?
Mm-hmm.
This table, however, yeah, this is like the one time that they weren't the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah. Let's see. Ray is asking, was shooting Celestine with the Iron Striders instead of using a unit of Skitarii teleporting down to kill her? Was the best choice? Like in hindsight, would you have left those Iron Striders in with Celestine again?
So the chicken, like, they didn't have any other targets that turn, and I needed something on that objective there.
Right.
So I figured chickens kill her. She comes back to life probably. She charges chickens, probably kills 2 of them, which is what happened. And then the 2 that are left in combat with her just shoot her in the face with blast cannons and get rid of her.
Yep.
Except those 2 just whiffed. And
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, odds are on their side to get rid of her, but yeah, I mean, it was 3 ones to hit, right? Was the roll, which you can't really.
Yeah, it was
3 ones
3
into a
yeah.
reroll, and then
Yeah.
1 failed wound.
Right.
Which I did get a reroll for the wound roll because of the marshal.
Yeah.
So I had that at least. But like, even if Celestine was down to like 1 or 2 wounds, I just could have ran a marshal into her and hope for the best. But like with 4 wounds left, charging her is pointless.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Ray's asking how impactful you both felt the first turn was in this game.
Not particularly.
It wasn't. I wanted to go second,
I mean, I also wanted to go second. So.
and that's only so I could have the guaranteed 15 primaries on turn 5.
Right.
That was the only reason. But even if I went first, I could have. Like, my plan for going first, I was just gonna solar flare 20 guys, or just run 20 guys onto that middle objective, and just be like, "This is mine."
Yeah.
For the next forever.
Yeah. And sort of to that point as well, Kitty Crew asking if you felt that the game goes much differently if you don't get heroicked by Celestine on that first turn with the Skitarii unit.
I was actually very happy that happened.
I actually contemplated heroicing not and then not touching, just getting 5 inches of movement.
Just to get
Like-
Celestine up the table and closer to
Yeah, just
the
get-
army.
It got her up
Getting
the
her
table.
And then moving her 12 inches here and then charging some chickens.
But if you heroicked into me, I would have been able to fight you.
No. I don't have to enter engagement range. I just need to end the movement closer to you.
What?
That's how heroics work.
Thought you had to end within.
No.
A lot
Okay.
of sort of conditional heroics do, like the Adeptus Custodes stratagem to heroically intervene requires you end in engagement, but heroic interventions generically don't.
Must be not that changed then. I have not noticed.
That
Yeah.
was changed over a year ago.
Well, it goes to show how much I play combat characters, which is never.
So I could just have used her to swing around and then punch a bunch. But
Yeah.
then I figured that
would-
I would if I did that I would never remove this Vanguard block.
When you went into the Vanguards, I was happy because that meant she wasn't going into the chickens.
Yeah. But the chickens
And the
turned out-
Vanguards and the Vanguards with like Transhuman and all that, they're fairly durable. The one thing I probably would have changed in hindsight would have been when the blue unit of 5 was here, I should have Transhuman them that turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see
That
that,
was the only.
for sure.
Actually, no, I couldn't have Transhuman because the guy was like back there and the closest dude was
Yeah.
there.
Is
Never
that
mind. Okay.
not a buff that he can give them through the
No, so the
So
buffs
the-
that go down to the tether are all the Skitarii warlord traits, and the marshals let you ignore the downside for the Doctrina.
Gotcha.
The cult manipulus mechanicus guys can't chuck their buffs through data tethers.
Yeah, no, they're all basically 6-inch range. Galvanic field is 9, I think, and the solar flare is within 3.
round. Yeah, so yeah, that's why I didn't do that, because I was worried, like, sure, I can get into the chickens, right? But I'm never moving him off this objective.
I don't even know if you could, because like the way I had the chickens placed, you wouldn't have been able to fight me through the wall.
No, no, as in my plan was, because you had your chickens like this, right?
Oh, the one chicken out there, yeah, but the rats just
No,
obliterated
as
that
in,
unit, right?
as in I moved the chickens. I moved here, right, ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I blow up these chickens, and then I swing around.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Because she has fly and is infantry, so she can just jump through.
Yeah, I was
everything
more.
intervening.
I was more worried about you going into the 4-man down there.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I considered that. That was also under consideration, but the 4-man is not as. Honestly, your autocannon does not pose any more threat than anything else, and she can't kill a full squad.
That's
So
fair.
just like tagging stuff is enough.
Oh, if only this turn I did make the charge, or if Scutario dropped it on turn 2. Like, I was actually tempted to try and drop in 2 units of Scutario over here, just to basically 3 kicks at the can for that 9.
Mm-hmm.
But would it have mattered? I'm curious. Am I going to kick myself? Okay. I don't care anymore.
All right. I think that's all the questions from the chat. So we'll go ahead and wrap things up there. Ash, obviously, congratulations for taking it down. Congratulations to both of you for getting to the semifinals. And we're excited to see, Ash, you play against Fushini in the grand finals game tomorrow.
Yeah. Traditionally, I've lost every single game to Fucini, so let's hope for a change.
Well, we'll see. That's the kind of positive can-do attitude that we want going in.
Yep. Big shout out to Veldor for playing this through with me yesterday.
Thanks,
You had a
Valdor.
practice game?
Yeah, I had a practice game.
I was gonna wrangle up my Team Sisters player to maybe play this out ahead of time, but I didn't have time.
Yeah, like he was eating breakfast while we played, so it was very impromptu.
Yeah, my Team Sisters player has 3 kids, so like, daytimes on weekends is just like no.
All right. Well, thank you two for the great game. It was a good one to watch, and definitely it gives us a little hope that there might be silver bullet for the Adeptus Mechanicus Menace in the meta so far. We'll see if other factions can maybe pull out some counterattack, but making large portions of your army unshootable is pretty good against the army that's the best at shooting.
Yeah, like the silver bullet turns out to be Turian and Turian and untargetable characters combined.
Yeah. There you go. Easy peasy. Just do that, everybody.
Just get the right table and
We stand ready.
play the right army.
Boom. Wise words from our grand finalist. All right. Good night, you two.
Good night to you. Good morning to me. I'm gonna go prep lunch.
Cheers.
All right, later.
Bye. I'll be playing in the Warp One. I'll be finishing up my game with Mitch Beard in the Warp Wanderers Invitational in a couple of hours. We had to postpone because of IRL difficulties. But yeah.
Fair enough. I'll drop a link to your Twitch again in the chat in case anybody wants to go visit you over there.
Should be in about 3 hours from now? 3 hours, yeah. Okay.
Cool. All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
All right, chats. That'll do it. Fushini with the Iron Hands versus Ash with Sororitas in the finals. 2 T5S2 regulars who have been absolutely ripping it up this season. So nice to see both of them making it through. And yeah, an absolute showcase of how to approach this matchup from the Sororitas side of the table. As we had Ashley Thompson say in the quarterfinals game, the goal against Adeptus Mechanicus is to get them to shoot you as few times as possible. And so when you can take, units that they can't be targeted by that shooting, it is a really big deal to match up. We're going to go ahead and close it out here, everyone. We should be live, pushing the grand finals a little bit sooner than was originally scheduled. We're going to be pushing them to 11 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, to about 12 hours from now to make room for the finalists' schedule. I'll get that confirmed, and we'll be putting an announcement up in the Discord. So if you're not over there, !Discord in the chat will get you there. So that will be cool. So anyway, join us in about 12 hours for the T5S2 Season 3 Invitational Grand Finals to determine the ultimate winner of the T5S2 season. And let's go raiding. Oh, Dice Check is still live. We'll raid them again. Raid number 2 on Dice Check today, I guess. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the game. I think it was an interesting one, and definitely a cagey game to play. I love games like this, 40k, that are super highly tactical, and we'll see what we get tomorrow. It's going to be on Battle Lines, another really interesting mission to play, and I'm psyched. See you there, chats, and in the meantime, let's go hang out with Dice Check.